in military designates the day the mission begins. D-Day was a pivotal turning point in World War II. It was the beginning of the end. D-Day was the beginning of the end, and that's where we are today.
I guess I like to call this video, Google is burying data linking miscarriage to the poke. The key headline here is a medical journal discovered that 82% of women who took something within the first 20 weeks of pregnancy had a miscarriage. This data was then buried within the article itself. As far as the decision for yourself whether or not you should get the poke, all I can say is talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of the jab. You can decide together as a team the next most appropriate step to take. So the key information for the conclusion derived by those studying the article could be found in a single table, table 4, and also looking at the footnote. When you go to the study itself, this study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, 21st of April, preliminary findings of safety in pregnant persons. Their primary conclusion is that preliminary findings did not show obvious safety signals among pregnant persons who received the poke. However, more longitudinal follow-up, including follow-up of large numbers of women earlier in pregnancy, is necessary to inform maternal, pregnancy, and infant outcomes. So yes, follow-up of the women early in pregnancy, which apparently was not the case here, as I'll show you. Okay, so there were 827 women who got the poke and were put into the registry called VSafe. The time interval was between December 14th and February 28th of this year. So the key fact here is of these 827, 700, which is about 84%, received their poke in the third trimester of pregnancy. That leaves 127 women who received theirs earlier. So you take the 127 who were before that third trimester threshold and you divide that by the 104 spontaneous abortions and you get your result. When you do the math and you round up, you get 82%. It's 0.818. The normal spontaneous abortion rate for pregnancies less than 20 weeks is approximately 10 to 25%, that range. So 82% is a bit high. You may say over 3 times higher than normal and is sort of unheard of. It doesn't seem to be represented here in the conclusion. Preliminary findings do not show obvious safety signals among pregnant persons. Anyone know what's the most upsetting about this? So I entered a search term, 82% of women miscarry after, you know what? And you see on the DuckDuckGo search engine, you have all these results that show articles describing the recent finding. You enter the same search term into Google, 80% of women miscarry after, you know what? And check this out. Fact check, there's no evidence of a surge in that. Fact check, there's no evidence of, just these various fact checks. The preliminary findings is the study itself. So, basically nothing that is helpful in making a decision. So this beautiful platform, Google, has decided that you should be allowed to know specific things about studies. You should not be allowed to know other things. Perhaps those things you might find concerning. This is MINDCONTROL. A full boycott is one of the only appropriate responses. If you find yourself in an abusive situation, either you could try to flee from the abuser or you could fight the abuser. Corporations are like people with eternal life and at times near infinite money and other people helping them. It takes a very concerted effort to weaken these corporate persons. It's often nearly impossible to take out these corporate persons. To dinner, I mean. This beauty of a headline is on armytimes.com. I think seeing something like this that does produce somewhat of an end date as far as final vestiges of liberty, the final gasps. It seems like we have till September. You can go into Telegram application and learn that there are specific telegrams just dedicated to people who are having issues with pokes. And you have a recent headline saying that the mandatory pokes are going to come into place for all aged care facilities in mid-September. So with respect to that, nursing students who are classed NPU 2303 and the other number, they have to have evidence of at least one poke in order to be allowed to proceed to their clinical placement. Apparently this is Edith Cowan University, located in Australia. Anyhow, so I just wanted to give you guys the current state of things with regards to our consent to what we have done to our bodies. Remember, with regards to these issues concerning jabs and the consent for them, please talk to your doctor. Peace.